What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Fortified Gaming channel, and we're here with our E3 coverage slash recap, and we're going to start with the Xbox conference. It was yesterday at noon Eastern Standard Time. We're just going to get right into the games. They did pretty much all games. They had a good conference, light years ahead of their conference last year. They focused all on games, and it was really good for them to do that. So starting off, they started with Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Showed some more gameplay of it, more footage of it. It looks really good, mainly because it's the first Call of Duty that's next gen specific. Like with Ghost, they did PS3, 360, and the next gen. Now this one's only next gen, so they had time to work on it. Plus, it's been Sledgehammer Games. This is the first COD they've come out with in 3 years since Modern Warfare 3, so they've had time to work on it. They've known it was only going to be next gen, so they've been able to use the technology for 3 years to figure out what it was going to be. Looks really good. It's very futuristic, like with the exosuits and stuff. Reminds me a lot of Titanfall in the way they move, like the wall running and jumping and all that kind of thing. I'm pretty excited for this game. It's the first COD I've been really kind of excited for, just because of the new things they're implementing with it. Call of Duty. I always say I'll get it. I play it for a little while. I start to not like it, and then the next one comes out and I get it again. And I always say I'm not gonna get it. It's the same thing. I'm not gonna get it, and I end up getting it. So I'm kind of excited for this one though. Hopefully it's a lot better than previous ones were, but we'll find out when we get there. Next, they talked about Forza Horizon 2. It's pretty much open world driving. They have over 200 cars. It's an Xbox exclusive. They've integrated the day-night cycle, weather. It's in 1080p, 60 FPS, and it's coming out September 30th of this year. So if you're into racing games, I'm not really a big racing fan, so I don't think I'm going to get that one. But if you're into racing games, that should be good for you. Talked about Evolve a little bit coming out this year. They talked about more about the classes and how you can play. There's 5 choices you can do. You can do a medic, assault, support, trapper, or you can play as the monster. Looks pretty good. Want to know a little bit more about control-wise and actual gameplay of it instead of just seeing CG trailers and stuff. But it still looks pretty good. I'm definitely going to get that. Play around with that. Assassin's Creed Unity. A little bit more info on that. It's set in 18th century Paris during the French Revolution. You can form your own brotherhood now, and you can play with 3 other friends on Xbox Live and PlayStation Network. Co-op throughout pretty much the whole story. I don't think it's a separate story. You can just do whatever you want with 3 other friends. It looks really awesome. It's got really good looking co-op. That's a big part of the game now. It's next gen only. It's multi-platform. It looks really awesome. There's a bunch of new weapons and stuff you can use. They created new, more fluid movement for the wall running and the parkour aspect of it. It looks really good. I'm excited for that one as well. They talked about Dragon Age Inquisition a little bit. Didn't really talk about it as much as they just showed a CG trailer. They got more into that with the EA conference, which we'll get to in another video. They talked a lot about Sunset Overdrive, which looks ridiculously awesome. I can't wait for that game. It's going to be open world, Xbox One exclusive. It's going to looks like it's a whole lot of fun. There's a lot of things you can do. There's a campaign, and pretty much the trailer they showed at E3 last year is exactly what the game looks like. And everything that he did in the CG trailer, you can do in game. They showed a mission, and it was like it looked ridiculously awesome. There's a 8-player Chaos Squad online mode, which is pretty much 8 people. You and 7 friends can just do whatever you want. It's coming out October 24th, 2014. So that's gonna be October 28th, 2014. Sorry. It's going to be really good. Can't wait for that one. Then they announced the Dead Rising 3 DLC. It's pretty much a Capcom kind of DLC. You can choose any of Capcom's major characters from previous games to play as. And there's like a whole bunch of challenges and stuff like that you can do with your friends. And something cool they really did was as soon as it was over, they said it's available right now. So if you went to the Xbox One, the Xbox Marketplace, and you looked for it, it was right there. You can download it. It was like $10 or something. You could have gone and gotten it right there. That was pretty cool. Then they went on to Disney Fantasia Music Evolved, which is an Xbox 360 and Xbox One title. Just kind of like a musical kind of game. They didn't talk too much about it. That's coming out October 21st, 2014. Dance Central Spotlight. It's a download-only game. It's coming out in September 2014. It auto-updates for newest, hottest songs that come out and stuff like that. That's going to be pretty cool. I'm not a dancer, so I'm not getting that one. Fable Legends. It's a 4-player co-op. You can play as the villain and set traps, make creatures and magic and stuff as like an evil commander. Like think of Battlefield 4. You can like command people where to go and set stuff up. That's exactly what this is. It looks pretty cool. I think I played Fable 2 for a little while. I didn't really like it that much, but that's just me. It looks like it's going to be pretty cool. I might play it. I'm not sure yet. Then they came out Project Spark. This is pretty cool. Pretty much you can go into this game and you can create games and then put them on like a cloud almost, and other people can play those games, and then you can play games that other people make. So it's kind of like a little creator system. It looks pretty cool. There was no release date or price or anything on that, so I'm not sure about that. They had Ori and the Bling Forest, which pretty much reminds me of Limbo a little bit, but it looks pretty interesting. They didn't really talk much about it. They just kind of showed a trailer. It looks pretty cool. If you want to see more, look it up. I couldn't get a trailer up on the channel just yet. It may get one up a little later, but that one looked pretty interesting. I may play it depending on how much it is. I don't think it's going to be a full release game. It might be a download game. Then they got into the big stuff. So they came out with Halo Master Chief Collection. It's coming out November 11th, 2014. You get all 4 Halo games. They have something where you can make custom playlists. You can take like the best parts of each games and make them into a playlist and just play those in sequence of whatever you choose. There's a Halo 2 multiplayer is going to be the exact same way it was when Halo 2 first released. They recreated 6 of the maps for multiplayer, but all the other maps are the exact same way they look. They didn't change anything about them. They didn't upgrade it for better graphics or anything like that. It's the exact same way they were when it came out like 10 years ago. They have over 100 multiplayer maps. It's every map from Halo 1 through Halo 4. It's in 1080p, 60 FPS. You get Halo Nightfall with it, which is like a connection between the end of Halo 4 and the beginning of Halo 5. And when you get the Master Chief Edition, you get in December 2014 they're coming out with a Halo 5 Guardians beta, so you get access to the beta as well. So it's $60. You get 4 games, over 100 multiplayer maps in 1080p, 60 FPS. I haven't had an Xbox 360 since Halo 2, and I didn't play Halo 3, I didn't play Halo 4, but I have an Xbox One, and I'm definitely getting this. It looks awesome. For $60, 4 games, all that multiplayer, you can't go wrong. It looks really awesome. Can't wait. Then they showed its game called Inside. This is pretty much Limbo 2, the way it looks. They didn't really show a lot about it. They didn't tell you what it was about or anything like that. It's coming out early 2015. You looked like you were just a little kid going from like running around through this town, like jumping off of like climbing these walls and stuff like that. And then all these people were like leaned up against like a building, like glass looking through. And then you ran up and looked through it, and then it just said Inside, and it was over. So I don't know. It looks pretty interesting. It'd be cool if they showed a little bit more about what was going on, but that's it. Then, big one right here, Holiday 2015, Rise of the Tomb Raider. You get a Tomb Raider sequel. It looks pretty freaking awesome. It looks even better than the first one did. It looks better than the remastered one did. They didn't show a lot. It was a CG trailer, no gameplay or anything like that. It's still pretty far off, but it looks pretty awesome. I'm excited for that one too. They showed gameplay of Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Massive open world, tons of quests, really good combat, fluid combat it looked like. It's coming out early 2015. This one had been delayed. It was supposed to come out late 2014, but they pushed it back, and the way it looks, they needed to because there's a whole lot of stuff to do. Just walking around in the forest in the area, there's so much stuff to do, so many things to fight. It's just ridiculous. It's going to be awesome. Big open world. It's going to be hard. I'm going to play it. It's going to be hard to record because there's not like a set storyline, because you can just go wherever you want, do whatever you want. I don't know if there's like a main quest chain you can follow or what, but we'll see. It's coming out, I think they said late February next year. So that could be really cool. Then they're bringing back an old Xbox classic, Phantom Dust. I never played it, don't know what it is. They showed a CG trailer of it. Looked pretty cool. There's a guy sitting on a bench and another girl across. The world like crumbled around them. One started glowing purple, the other started going blue. They started fighting and it said Phantom Dust. Don't know what it was. Looks pretty interesting. I gotta learn more about it before I decide if I'm gonna get it or not or anything about that. But that's pretty far off. There's no date or anything with that one either. Next we have The Division. Division looks great. Awesome gameplay. Again, this one got pushed back. It's going to be 2015 sometime. They showed more gameplay than they did at E3 last year and what they've released so far. Again, looks really cool. Really cool perks, gadgets, all this stuff you can use. It looks really awesome. Then they moved on to Scalebound. There's this another CG trailer. Kind of reminded me of like a Monster Hunter feel. Pretty much you and like a dragon, and you're like in the woods, and there's like you like fighting a bunch of stuff, and then you're fighting like another monster and these big things. It looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. If you want to see the trailer, look it up. I gotta get it on the channel, but I can't right now. It looks pretty cool. You have to watch the CG trailer to really figure out what's going on with that one. It's hard to explain, but they ended their show with a big one, Crackdown 3. Can't wait. I love Crackdown 1 and 2 on 360. It's pretty awesome. Big open world. There's multiplayer. There's co-op. You're fighting. I forget the guy's name. It's like he's like the kingpin of the Los Muertos gang, which a lot of people are thinking it's a remake of the first one. I don't think it is. I think it's a sequel because they said they were talking about in Pacific City. He was talking like the main agency guy was talking about the main kingpin of the Los Muertos. He was saying, your guys in Pacific City were no problem, blah blah blah, and then you did a lot better than they did. So I think it's like an extra one, like another one. This is like you're going after the kingpin of the gang and not just, a couple redoing the first one. So overall, Xbox had a really, really good conference. They showed tons of games, just straight through 2 hours of just games. Really awesome. Really liked it. Again, like I said before, light years ahead of their 2013 E3 conference. A lot of these games are going to be really good. I'm excited for a lot of them. They had a lot of exclusives, a lot of good content, stuff like that. Really pumped for a lot of the games. Can't wait. I give them, last year I gave them like a 6 out of 10. This year, easily 8.5, 9 out of 10. Great job by Microsoft in their Xbox conference. Great job showing just straight games. A lot of fans were really excited. I'm not even a big fan of Xbox, but I'm excited. You got me pumped for a lot of the games coming out. So good for you. Good job. And that's it for this one. So we talked about Xbox. Next video, we're gonna talk about EA's conference because they came up next. Then we'll talk about Ubisoft and then Sony finally to end it off. And there's a couple more days of E3. If there's any other big announcements, I'll make some videos on what's going on with that. But we're just going to go right through the conferences, do like a recap quickly. So if you didn't see it or you missed some of it, you can just watch the video really quick, catch the recap of what they announced and stuff like that. But that's it for now. So leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more E3 coverage. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you think of Xbox's conference. What games are you excited for? Did they do a better job than last year? And tell me who you think had the best conference of E3 as of yesterday. I know Nintendo still has to go today, but until they do, which one had the best one? Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.